Beautiful time to be a Spurs fan. Beautiful time to be a Spurs fan.
Oh, it
We
is,
got time.
man.
We don't got time for the bandwagoners, man. Don't be coming on the ship right now. It's already left the dock.
Joe, are you a bandwagoner, Joe? Because
Nah, bro. I've been here
You know
since
what?
the beginning, dude.
No,
I criticize him because I want him to do better.
the apology form is out. The apology form is out.
I'll sign it over there on the 28th.
Many attachments.
Tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
So excited for tomorrow.
I'm gonna get all messed up over there. I might throw up off the balcony.
Man, it'll take a lot to get you messed up like that, Joe. So I'll tell you.
Facts, dog. Facts. Sam Salinas, good morning, man.
What's up,
Mario
Sam Salinas? What's Sam, Mario? What's up, big dog?
You ain't no lightweight. Have you noticed there's a correlation between the number of people who watch this show with the Spurs' success? Like, there's the Spurs win, we get numbers. Spurs lose, not
so
as
much.
many numbers.
Not as much. Yeah.
Only the Nessios show up, man.
Did you see what I did? I changed the lowrider, so now it has the alien with the hand up, and then we have it when Bellazo in the background.
Hey, the alien is cruising commerce, bro. The alien is honky. What's up, Peter? What's up, Peter Aguilar? Alex Noriega. What's up, big dog? Toro Loco. Chris Gonzalez. Good to see y'all.
I got to get the video ready because every time the Spurs win, we play two little videos. One of them is the burnout with the alien, and the other one's with the confetti dropping from the sky.
You know, speaking of videos when the Spurs win, a new one has resurfaced. An old new one has remade its appearance.
Look at Chris says the Spurs are winning to prove me wrong. Well, good. Sometimes you need to be real with them and criticize them. That way they can do better.
What's up, Greg? What's up, JHNSB?
Where the dreams don't fade from the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210. Oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a Victory Friday, a perfect February for the San Antonio Spurs as they pick up win number 11 in a row against the Brooklyn Nets. In the middle of the screen there, you see Spurnandez joining us from San Diego. On the right-hand side in the 210, we have Joe Garcia. That's not Michael Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia right there in the 210. I'm in the 210 myself. I'm actually just down the street from Joe right now.
They have my name.
Getting ready for the San Antonio Lawn and Garden Show, the spring summer show over at the Alamo Dome. That'll start today. Then it goes all the way through Sunday evening. So come check us out. And speaking of checking us out, all three of us will be in the same room together tomorrow night, Joe. Let's show that flyer, baby. It's finally here. Tomorrow night, we're celebrating the 500th episode party of the Area 210 podcast over at the Hard Rock Cafe on the Riverwalk. The address is 111 West Crockett Street. Starts at 6 o'clock. We're going to get going. It's going to be an all-night party. Okay, it's not one of those 6 to 9 type of things. Get a babysitter. Get an Uber. Make your way over. Get a hotel room downtown. Let's make it a weekend, baby. 500th episode party, which was originally going to be in January, but it got iced out because of the ice storm. It's going to be tomorrow, and then we're going to have plenty of special guests over there. Lots of swag, prizes, giveaways. Chances are you'll probably get a couple of drinks for free.
Yeah.
Come check this out. Also sponsored by P.F. Chang's La Cantera, but it's going to be over at Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio. Spurnandez, what time's your flight?
Bro, I will be flying in, landing in San Antonio with the belt, 2 p.m. tomorrow. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm going to land. I'm going to freshen up, kind of do what I got to do, and then head my way over there to see you guys and see all the locals. I'm excited to see everybody. The belt will be in the house. Come out, take a picture with the belt. Let's get together. Let's have drinks, man. Let's celebrate, man. This is family.
The belt only flies first class, too.
The belt only flies first class, yeah. The belt has to get its own seat. I had to buy the belt its own seat. On the
damn, dude. You know what? We do have all these raffle tickets, so we're going to put these in all the little swag bags. So everybody don't throw away your raffle ticket when you find it in your swag bag, because we are going to be getting the raffle ticket. That way we can go ahead and give out the prizes to everybody, because PF Chang's is donating some giveaways as well. We have stuff to give away. Different people, Cuts by Jones, donating some cuts to give away there. Tex-Mex Frank was going to donate some hats and stuff. I got to get with him today as well. So Got a lot of things happening, man.
We have
I'll
a
be
Wemby
donating.
card. We got tablets. We got
I'll be-
all sorts
I'll
of
be-
things.
Yep, I'll be donating my personal some of my season tickets for the night.
Nice.
So we'll raffle them out. We'll figure out a way to get them to somebody, some lucky Spurs fan.
And people keep
Nice.
asking, where's the after party? We haven't figured that out, man. We're going to have to feel it out a little bit. And if you want to wear your Spurs gear, wear your Spurs gear, okay? Just have an undershirt on. That's all I ask, okay?
No,
Have
no, no,
an
no,
undershirt
no.
on, man. No armpit
Look
hair
at-
downtown the Riverwalk. That's
Look
all
at
I'm saying.
this. Look at this. We got the dress code. Rick, how you gonna go tomorrow? You gonna wear your jean shorts and your jersey?
You know what? I got some nice American Eagle jeans, some nice Jordans with a nice kind of like a Spurs. It's in between like a sweater and a shirt. You know what I mean? It's a long sleeve cream colored Spurs, very nice and classy. You know, somewhere in the middle. We don't got to get overly dressed up, but I do agree with Mike. You know, cargo shorts and chanclas, you know, might not be the move. I agree with Mike. In the
No
middle,
undershirt.
Somewhere in the middle.
No undershirt.
Hey, I like what Chris Gonzalez said. He said, "Hey, the Spurs play early on Sunday. It's a brunch and a Spurs game. I like it. It's against the Knicks. Jeremy Sohan's new team.
No, but dude, I hope Sohan has one of the worst games he's ever had in his life, dude. I don't know if he's gonna sniff the court that many minutes.
He won't.
I thought we were going to say his name. I
Oh,
thought,
my
I
fault.
thought
not, but hey,
I brought it up.
in this
I brought it up.
context, what did we say,
Yeah.
Mike? If the Spurs are playing the Knicks, that's different. But we're not gonna bring him up just because. Oh, I hate Sohan today.
you
Let me
miss
go
him?
ahead and bring him up for no damn reason.
well, notice ever since Sohan has left, the Spurs have been pretty much perfect since then. I think they have been perfect since then.
Perfect
it's
for the month of February.
The third time in Spurs history that they've gone a complete calendar month undefeated, going 11-0 in the month of February. Right now, a game and a half behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, 2 games behind them in the win column, 1 game behind them in the loss column. Thunder have the Nuggets probably without SGA. So it's very possible in the next 24 hours, we're going to tie them in the loss column. Who holds the tiebreaker? The Spurs hold the tiebreaker because the Spurs have a 4-1 record against them this season. Spurs winning last night in Brooklyn. Another off night for Victor Wembanyama offensively. But the fact of the matter is, it's not needed. It's like, who's going to step up tonight? And Max Kellerman, we played that clip from yesterday. Max Kellerman goes out and says, Spurs have a bunch of number 2s. Like everyone's asking, like everyone has a star player, but who's the Robin to the Batman, right? He says the Spurs have nothing but 2s. You know, because it could be Fox, it could be Vassell, it could be Castle, it could be Harper, it could be Barnes, it could be Keldon. But last night it was Julian Champagnie, 10 of 14 from the floor, knocked down 6 3-pointers. Joe, the Spurs did not shoot 40% from the 3. Rounded up, they shot 40% from 3. It was 39.6, but still, the Spurs have an incredible record when they shoot 40% or better from the 3-point line. They're 18-0. When they are, they're almost unbeatable by getting just north of 35%. So they had a good game shooting, and I looked at their team stats, Joe. Remember how the Spurs were one of the worst shooting 3-pointer teams in the country, in the NBA?
Teams? Yeah.
We have made our way back up to number 17. Guess what that means, Joe?
What does
When it
that
comes
mean?
to 3-pointers, the Spurs are now officially average.
They're all right.
So they're high.
All right. What do you think about our boy now? Popping bottles, like Rick says, Champagnie. Remember, we used to call him Cardio, Mike. What are you going to call him now?
You know, it's funny, man. He's making $3 million a year for the Spurs, and he's wanting an extension. He has come out and said that he wants to have that extension. He's been the best $3 million guy that the Spurs have ever had. You know, it's just one of those things where he outperforms his contract. He's kind of the Danny Green of the team. He's kind of the guy that can pop off for 4, 5, or 6 threes. And you can count on him at least once or twice a month to go off like he did last night. He's a bucket getter. He can knock down an open 3. He plays decent defense. That's one of the things about him that people don't realize is that actually he's not that bad of a defender. He's not a Danny Green lockdown guy, but he's got some skills on the defensive end. I cannot say how proud I am of this team that somebody steps up, especially when Wemby's not playing well offensively. And that's what makes this team dangerous, because how do you prepare for the Spurs when you don't know which player is going to go off, Fernandez?
That's true, man. And I'll tell you what, I think the biggest key is, we've seen Wemby kind of struggle the last couple of days. I know he talked about not getting rest, and he does look a little off. It's a grueling toll on a player, and they are playing him very physically. Every team is coming out playing Wemby physically. No excuses. It is what it is. It's a man's league. It is what it is. But what I love, and I was just talking to my son about this morning, that a year ago, Wemby scoring 12 points or so would have been a loss, right? It would have been a nail, like no questions asked. It would have been a blowout, actually. But Wemby scoring, 12 or 20 in kind of a pedestrian game where he ain't really doing a lot, and they're still winning. Man, that's really showing that next level, like you said, Mike. All the others that are stepping up and all the others that are doing their thing, and it actually takes pressure off of Wemby, where it doesn't need to be Wemby, we need you to have 30 and 40 every night, kind of thing, So yeah, man, it's unbelievable watching this team click and gel together the way they are. Like you said, Devin is hitting, man. Devin is been on fire lately. Julian, yeah, $3 million man. Best $3 million you'll ever spend, man. Like you said, you're getting your value out of that guy. And like you see, he's just a hooper, man. He's just a hooper. Like you said, he's not a bad defender. Yeah, he doesn't do anything like overly amazing, right? But he just finds a way to affect winning.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes he's feeling it. Dare I say, he robs.
Yeah. It's like I always compare those guys to like Tim Tebow. Like they just find a way to win, man. They're not great. They're nothing. There's nothing. They're just they're winners, man. They're somehow you find a way to win no matter where you plug and play them. You know what I mean? So Julian's been on the bench. He's been starting. He's done everything asked of him. Yeah, he deserves a little extra cash there, Joe. After the season,
they like you were saying, Rick. Remember you said they can't all be starters, but you can make your way back into the starting lineup, right? And I think that's what Julian has done by being a team player. Doing what's called upon him and going out there doing his job well. So much so, and working on his game that he got in the good graces of Mitch Johnson. He saw, hey, this kid might be something now. Let me go ahead and put him in the starting lineup. Let's get some 3-point shooting in that starting lineup, space the floor a little bit and see what happens. And lo and behold, man, he's just been like gelling with this starting lineup, and they've looked very good out there. They're a well-balanced starting five, able to compete with any team in the NBA.
It took a lot to put Harrison Barnes and tell Harrison Barnes, who's a veteran, who's been around and is an Iron Man who plays 82 games, to say, hey, man, we need you to come off the bench, man. You're still
Which is great, though. Right. Good on Mitch.
Took it like a man. And Mitch being the man to actually go out and do that. Here's the thing,
that's not
man.
An easy thing.
Here's the thing. Back-to-back 12-point games from Wemby. He's 1 for 10 from 3 the last 2 games. His shooting percentage is awful the last 2 games. And I know that he's playing these games when normally he probably would have been load managed a little bit. To me, he looks tired.
He does.
And he talked about they had a long night of travel and all that stuff, but he actually downright just looks tired. And he needs to get to 64 games because I know you need 65 to compete for the All-NBA, for the Defensive Player of the Year, but they're offering him just 64 because the Spurs did play that game that didn't count, which was the Emirates Cup final against the Knicks. So he could only miss a handful of games. And to me, he just looks winded. There have been some plays out there where he looks like he's trying to catch his breath. And it's a lot on his body, man. It really is. He didn't have any break for the All-Star weekend. I mean, he played his ass off at the All-Star game. So I'm a little bit worried. That's the one thing that worries me a little bit, is that maybe, just maybe, the gauntlet that they went through playing Detroit, playing Toronto, Oklahoma City, it's just that's what worries me a little bit right now as a Spurs fan, is that Wemby might be a little fatigued. What do you think, Fernandez?
I agree. He looks it. He really does. And again, teams are starting to play him very physical. We said this on this show very early in the season. We talked about the way you defend Wemby, and it's not size. Size doesn't matter against Wemby. It's actually really smart, and it sounds counterintuitive to put a smaller, more physical guy on Wemby and just body him and block him and just beat him up before he gets the ball, right? And that's what teams have been doing. And somebody brought up the DVT stuff, Black Bucket, and saying the the medical issues that he had in the past, which, hopefully that's not coming back up. But it is in the back of your mind, right? Any of those things in his body that might, because remember that's how it started last year, where he was feeling fatigued and he looked like something was up and no one knew what was going on. Come to find out, right, he had some issues and medical issues. So Wemby also seems to be a very regimented guy. Like, he talks about how he reads a book every night before he goes to bed, and he reads a book before games, and he seems and most like highly skilled, intelligent people are, right? Very like one little, here's my cup. If you move it a little bit, now I'm just like thrown off, right? Because I'm so focused and so focused on everything. That's how I kind of feel Wemby is. So and again, this isn't excuses. It's just it's just observation. Like he said, I didn't get sleep and this and that. I think that throws him way off. You know what I mean? And now he's gonna have to. Hey, this is you got to remember, he's so young. He's so young. He'll have to adjust to these things, but I do see it a little bit in his game, like you said, Mike, and it does concern me because yes, they can win games in the regular season with Wemby having 12 points. Playoff time is a different ball game. Playoff time is a different ball game. Like,
the Spurs have tightened up the lineup as well, man. His minutes have gone up. He played 36 minutes against the Pistons the other night. And I know that might sound like a lot because you see players like LeBron over the years or Luka Doncic or whomever, Anthony Edwards go off and play 40 minutes, 45 minutes in a game. But Wemby does not have the body to do that. He exerts so much energy, both offensively and defensively. A lot of players slack on one side of the court. Luka Doncic, offensively, that's what he does. But defensively, he slacks. Right. And then the same thing with LeBron. LeBron walks up and down the court defensively. Right. Wemby is Defensive Player of the Year candidate defensively, MVP candidate offensively. So there's not one point in a play in which he can actually catch a breather. The only time he can catch a breather is halftime and when they actually have him seated on the bench. So I think that there's something up with that. And the Spurs are fighting for that 1 seed. I know we're 1 game behind on the loss column to Oklahoma City Thunder. But at some point, really, just got to make sure that he's healthy. That's the number one thing, man. I'd rather have a healthy Wemby and have the 2 seed than an unhealthy Wemby and be the 1 seed. Most definitely. But Joe, they were perfect. Tomorrow night, we're going to have not only a party to celebrate the 500th episode of Area 210 Podcast, but the signature form will be out, and we're going to see you sign it because the Spurs went undefeated the month of February. I think that's
if I feel like signing it, I'll sign it.
No, Joe. You've already.
I ain't guaranteeing nothing.
You guaranteed it a little while ago.
No, I didn't. You did. I didn't.
Then we will all sign a counter form, say that Joe is a hater form.
If I feel like it, I'll sign it. We'll see how I feel. But you got to be at the party. You got to be at the party.
Come. You got to come. There's gonna be fun. There's gonna be surprises. There's gonna be excitement. Giveaways tomorrow.
Gotta check out Chica's fingernails, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that, Fernandez. Oh, you know what? We got to show Fernandez real fast. The nails.
Oh, the pictures. Yeah.
It was I said on the media share yesterday. She's ready to go, dude. She's ready to go for the party, man.
I can find it. There it is.
She went to the salon out in Conroe, and this is what came out, Joe. This is what came out, Fernandez.
Ooh, I love it. Oh wow, I really like the white and the Fiesta color one. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a good nail tech. Whoever that nail tech is, we got to give them some love. Conroe.
And look what else
that's awesome.
She put on her nails. Area 210.
Oh, nice. Oh, I can see it now. Yeah. The alien. I like it. I like it. Amazing.
Everyone, Sam Sleeves is asking, what about the thumbs? Well, if you want to see the thumb, you got to come hang out with us.
Gonna have a picture of Miguelito on it.
Man, it's gonna be amazing.
It's me as an Edgar.
It's gonna be a blast, man. It's gonna be a blast. Hard Rock Cafe, Riverwalk, San Antonio. Spurs are winning. 500th episode. It's all for y'all. It's for y'all. It's for the locals. It's for everybody that's supported. Giveaways, like I said, Spurs ticket giveaways, all kinds of stuff, man. Please come out there. The bell will be there. I'm excited, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna hop a plane tomorrow morning straight to San Antonio. I'm excited.
So Sam Salinas says, Joe, either you sign it or you get thrown into the river. That's one thing.
Who's gonna throw me in the river, Mike? Come and take it.
It's gonna take
come and get it.
Chris says, don't sign it because the Spurs don't need your Spurs. Because the Spurs, he's basically saying, don't jinx it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
don't care.
saying.
I don't care. It's like, look, the boat has left the dock. There's no more room for the bandwagoners. I didn't jump on the first boat leaving. I went on my own boat on my own. It's just me cruising the waters by myself with the case of beer, having a case of Lone Star, just listening to the jams, enjoying the day, dude. I ain't got nobody on my boat but me.
Now, like Titanic, he's trying to get on the boat by saying,
Uh,
"I have a
No,
child."
I have a child.
no.
I have a child. I have a child.
You know what's
So,
funny?
okay, first
My
of all,
boat's leaving the dock, and I'm looking at all the bandwagon fans. Hey, man, can I come with you? I ain't got no room. Right, Rick? I ain't got no room.
hey, by the way, Fernandez, we were talking about that guy, the character. I think his name was Cal
Mhm.
in Titanic.
Billy Zane. Mhm.
Billy Zane.
Mhm.
Everyone's like, he's kind of the unsung hero of it all. Yeah, he was a jackass to Rose, but
Mhm.
he did save that child's life. He probably did take care of that child. That child wouldn't have lived without him. He's a hero.
I mean, he's not the villain in the movie. Rose Dawson is the villain in this movie.
Okay.
Rose is the villain, in this movie. I've said this numerous times. Yeah, people think Cal is the villain. Why? Just because he was a rich, snobby jerk? So what? So what? Like, who is it? Who is it? You know what I mean? So I don't blame Cal. Rose was the real villain in that movie.
Now, not only Rose, Chica pointed out the other day when we watched La Bamba for the first time in a while that Rosie may have been the villain
Yeah.
of La Bamba.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah,
Richie was a simp.
She left
Richie's
from
a
Richie.
simp.
She went from Richie. She went from Richie to Bob. Brothers, thinking that Bob was going to provide her a better life. That's what she gets. That's what she gets for leaving Richie to go to Bob. And like I said, if you don't love me at my Bob, you can't have me at my Richie. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is,
Nice.
man. Like it is what it is.
Nice.
Richie should have moved on. He would have been like, all right, you for the streets now, man. I'm
He
gone.
did though. He did.
I'm out of here.
He found Donna. He found him a little white slice. He found him a little snow bunny, man. He got him a little Donna. You know what I mean?
He got a slice of the pink cake,
yeah.
right, at the bakery,
Exactly. You know what? Rosie thought lessons, ladies, lessons. Rosie thought she leveled up with Bob, and look where she ended up.
Yeah.
She ended up barefoot and pregnant in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? So before you think you level up, you better think twice about it. You better.
You know what we should do as a prize, by the way? We should do as a prize for tomorrow's party, getting a pedicure with Jimenez.
Oh,
That should be a prize.
Is that a prize?
It should
bro.
be. I'm thinking about it.
that ain't no prize, dog. That ain't no prize.
Everyone wants to know. Do you have the fingernails? Anything on the thumbs? Oh, it's just silver. Spurs silver.
I hope this isn't too personal of a question, Mike. But did you pay for those nails?
Damn straight, I did.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, so we're good. We're good, fellas. Pay for the nails, fellas. Like that ain't even a sim thing. That's just like a normal standard thing. You know what I mean? Pay for the nails. Pay for the toes. Like, it's all good. It's all love.
Chica appreciates that, Fernandez.
Of course.
I was gonna say I ran a poll.
Absolutely.
I ran a poll right now for the people in the chat, and I asked a question: do you believe the Spurs can win the NBA title this season? And so far, we have 20 votes, from the people that are watching right now.
Better be 100.
75% say yes, 25% say no.
Okay, the 25% say no. Tell us why in the chat, which is powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Again, our show is also sponsored by Hard Rock Cafe Riverwalk, which will be tomorrow. Again, the party starts at 6. It's going to go till last call at 2 someplace. I don't know. Be Kind Rewind.
Jeez.
Maybe we'll find a karaoke bar. I don't know, but it's going to be an Uber night. It's going to be get a hotel night. It's going to be one of those types of things. We're going to have a fun time out there at the Riverwalk.
Should I get a hotel downtown, man? Because I don't know if I want to drive all the way back home.
You probably should, Joe, because coming all the way back to the far west side, bro, from downtown after a night like that, yeah, you might want to stay close to downtown base.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the drunk tank at 2:30, man. Just
see if they have availability at Hotel Contessa again.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
No, I just paid the $60 for the valet parking, and they take the car, and now God knows where they park it, but I ain't gonna park it.
I saw the franchise tag, by the way, got slapped on Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens. They finally made it official. Why can't they make anybody happy, dude?
It's always something, bro.
Hey, fellas, I have to get going. I'm sponsoring that event over at the Alamo Dome today, and it starts at noon, so I have to head on out. Hope everyone has a fantastic day. Again, we're looking forward to tomorrow night, man. And thank you for
we'll
making
see.
it. And Fernando, thanks for being a big part of Area 210, man.
Absolutely,
we can't do
bro.
it without
Hey,
you.
I appreciate you guys having me, man. I'm humbled every time when I think about, the platform that you guys allow me to be a part of, man. Appreciate Joe. Appreciate you, Mike. Take care of what you got to do, Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow, bro.
All right, man. Have a safe trip out there. And if anyone
Later,
needs
Mike.
tickets to the Lawn and Garden Show, let me know, man. Reach out to me, DM me, or send me a text, 210-508-0369.
All right. See you, Mike.
Yep.
Good luck. All right. Miguelito's gone for today.
Miguelito's gone. Not time to have fun.
Yeah, time to have fun. So what I was going to start getting at here, the Spurs are undefeated for the month of February.
Mhm.
And that's a rarity. That hasn't happened. I think only the third time it's happened in franchise history. And they're on a hot streak right now. How far can the hot streak continue? I kind of have my eye on at least 15, but I think that's lowballing it. Maybe they can go higher than that. What would be crazy? What if they go undefeated the rest of the way? Damn, dude. Nobody's going to want to see him in the playoffs if something like that happen. But I'm not just saying it's not out of the realm of possibility, because you remember back in the day, Rick, when the Spurs were not the same team, people were like, they're going to win all 82 games. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then they would get mad when they would lose one.
Yeah. I think, I mean, obviously I would love that, but I think they're going to run into, what's going to happen? It's going to be the most random game that they lose. It's going to be like against, I don't know, the Hornets or something. You know what I mean? Or it's going to be against, a team that the Pacers or something like that. It's going to be against the most random team that they lose to. So at some point, it almost becomes kind of it might be better for them just to take a quick L and just kind of refocus. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it'd be awesome, for them to win out and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure they're gonna hit a snag at one point. It's just bound to happen, man. And these are all NBA teams. Even the worst NBA team can be dangerous on one night. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I think they're gonna end up hitting a snag, which it is what it is, man. But back to your poll question, what you asked them if they could win the whole thing. Is that what you asked?
If they could win I asked if they believe the Spurs could win the NBA title now.
Yeah. And man, and here's the thing, bro. People accuse me of being a homer and all this and that, and I never say nothing negative about the Spurs and all this stuff. People always say stuff like that, which is whatever. But and I'm just gonna be real. They can, okay. I'm not saying that they can win the championship. Now, will they is a different question, I guess. They can. You don't win 10, 11 games over top teams like the Pistons and the Thunder and all these other teams and not be able to say you can win the championship. There's a lot of chatter in the chat about the inexperience, about Wemby's health and all that. And I tend to agree with what some of the folks are saying in the chat. I wouldn't be surprised if they find their way to the Western Conference Finals or in that second round. And again, it's going to be about matchups, right? The West is so tough, man. I mean, you got to think their first round matchup could be against a pretty formidable team like the Suns or the Lakers. Those are pretty tough seven seeds. You know what I mean, right? If you think about it, right? If they end up staying the 2 seed, they could end up playing teams like the Lakers or the Suns, who are tough teams, And then in the second round, you're talking about either Minnesota, Denver, one of those squads. Those are tough outs, right? Those are tough teams to beat. Denver's a championship team. Minnesota has Ant, who can just go off, for 50 and 60 at any given time. So it's going to be a tough road to get to the Thunder, possibly in the Western Conference Finals, right? JHNSB says, who do you not want to see in the playoffs? A team like Minnesota is a tough out, I think, because Ant is the kind of player who can just take over games and just score 50, 60 for you. So that's a tough matchup. Denver's a tough matchup early, right? You don't want to see those teams too early, I guess is the point I'm trying to make, right? I'm not saying that Spurs can't beat those teams. I'm not saying the Spurs can't beat those teams, but it is a tough matchup to see the Wolves early or to see Denver early and things like that, right? The Rockets are still going to be a a formidable team. So again, these are not. I'm not saying that the Spurs can't beat these teams. They can. It's just going to be though. When do you match up with these teams in the playoffs? Right? Is it if it's too early? It could be tough. So I think the Spurs can get to the Western Conference Finals, and possibly push a Thunder team to a 6-7 games. It wouldn't surprise me if they end up falling a little short. I mean, take that for what you want. People are gonna say, I'm just being real. I'm just being 100. Like I'm not trying to be a Spurs homer. I'm not trying to be too. I always tell people you got to stay even keel. When the Spurs are losing, you can't freak out. When the Spurs are winning 11 games, you also can't think that they're never going to lose a game ever. You got to stay even keel. So I'm trying to stay even keel as far as an honest prediction to say they could probably make it to the second round or the Western Conference, and they may fall a little short this year. But that is going to catapult them and going to build blocks for next season.
JHNSB, Timberwolf versus a damn jackal.
I'll take a jackal.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. This is from Mario Cavazos. Thank you for the 199 super chat. He says it's Friday, and guess what? We don't give a damn. So you know what that means. He wants to go ahead and get the jingle. All right. Do you want the jingle? We'll give it to you, man.
Oh, it's Friday, and I'm broke. My check better not be short.
You know what else we forgot to do? We forgot to go ahead and play the little video that happens every time the Spurs win streak continues, and I'm going to get to that. But before that, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the stats. The Spurs in February have gone undefeated, right? So you're looking at their wins, right? No losses here. And you're looking at the difference, right? Because it tells you the score for every single game. And for the most part, there's been one, maybe two games that you can say, oh, all right, they were pretty close. But for the most part, they've kind of pulled away, in that fourth quarter. So I'm really proud of the growth that they've shown. They've really gelled together as a team, and really happy for them figuring some things out, especially when it comes to Wemby. It's finally feels like they figured out how to utilize him in the offense, right? And it's not just making him the focal point, because you have so many dynamic guards on this team that can go off. So it's like a hydra. You chop the head off of one hydra, it grows back, and you got 3 or 4 more to take its place. So it's like you got to pick your poison if you're an opposing team coming to play against the Spurs, because it's no longer just Wemby. You have everybody else you got to worry about too. And they're getting sneakier with the way that they're playing with Wemby now. Now the guards will come out and get the ball, and teams come up and try to body them and try to disrupt them, and they leave space on the floor. And as soon as that happens, it seems like Wemby's recognizing that faster. He rolls out and he's going towards the rim, and he gets at least 10 feet out. It's a game over. It's game over because of his length. And they just lob the ball to Wemby. He picks it up, and it's a slam dunk or an easy 2. And I like that kind of motion now. They're starting to figure that out. They're passing the ball a lot better. It's almost like reminiscent of the beautiful game, So it's like I like seeing that. I like seeing that ball movement instead of them just standing around waiting for the ball to come to them. Now they have some fluidity to their offense. They're trying to get in their spots that they're comfortable in on the court, calling for the ball, making the right decisions. Teammates getting involved early. It's like they figured things out, and they're playing really fundamentally sound basketball in this 11-game win streak. And I just want to see that continue. I don't know how far they can go, but I'm here for it. I'm enjoying the ride. Like I tell everybody, that's the one thing you got to do. You got to enjoy the ride for what it's worth. And we got another incoming super chat.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Look at Fake Killer. He says, y'all look so dumb after we win the chip. We didn't say anything. We were asking a question. And the question is, do you think that they can win the chip? Now, there's no guarantee that they will. You still have other teams. You have OKC, who's a defending champ. In order to go ahead and get that belt away from them, that title, you got to beat them. Somebody's got to beat them and knock them out, and then it's anybody's game at that point. But in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And what have the Spurs done? This season, they've beaten OKC, and they show that they're built to go through OKC. So if they meet them in the Western Conference Finals, I don't think it's going to be an easy out, but I like the Spurs' chances because you can
Mhm.
see that even if the game gets tight and it gets close, I think this Spurs team is specifically built to beat OKC. Now they got to get there first, and there's other teams in their way, and they, it's never an easy path, Rick.
Mhm.
Right? They say, "Oh, you got
Mhm.
the lesser of two evils." These teams ain't gonna lay down and just say, "All right, we're gonna let you beat us." They're gonna push back, man. You got to go out there and you got to win,
Mhm.
and sometimes you got to get physical, and that's what's gonna happen in the playoffs, especially if you play teams like Minnesota. You having to contend with other teams, like I don't know if they're gonna see the Rockets. I don't know if they're gonna see Denver, but you have to contend with these other teams and that physicality, and like I said, I'm happy that Wemby's figured things out, right, Rick? He's now saying, if you're going to push me around, I'm going to get back up and I'm not going to get angry in the sense where I'm going to lose my cool and I'm going to push somebody because I get frustrated and I'm going to get
Right.
a technical. Now I'm going to go down to the opposite end of the court and I'm going to take my frustrations out on the whole team because I'm going to camp out in the paint and I'm going to disrupt that offense. I'm going to block shots. I'm going to be a menace in the paint. And I like that he's doing that. And Mitch said as much as well to the media that Wemby's kind of figuring some things out. I mean, what have you thought about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, this team, like I said, man. And again, people are gonna take whatever you say, however they want, and I gotta respect you for your opinions to bother me. So, uh, they can win the championship. You know what I mean? They can. Like they really can. As constructed, they've shown that they can. Again, it's a matter of how the matchups are gonna play. Like you said, I think they have a better chance of beating OKC, but it's a matter of getting there. You know what I mean? Like if they
Yeah.
can't get past Denver and Minnesota, I'm not saying that they can't, but if they don't, then you got to get there first. I guess point I'm trying to make. Where if you're counting your chickens before they hatch, talking about they can beat OKC in the Western Conference Finals. They can. Obviously, they've shown that they've done it in the regular season. Even though we know that the playoffs is a different um
Animal.
is a different ball game. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like it can happen, right? There's all these, people want to talk in absolutes. Like, I know for a fact this is going to happen. I know for a fact that's not going to happen. And then they look dumb when they don't know what to say when it didn't happen. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to
Yeah.
speak in an absolute. Like, if you know already what's going to happen because you know the future, good on you, man. Great. You're cool. You're a cool dude.
You
But
see, and look at you got people like Fake
yeah,
Killer, right? The real
right.
fans will hold it down while you all backtrack. That's just being a simp. You can believe
Yeah.
what you want. It doesn't mean that what you believe is really going to happen. And it
Mhm,
doesn't mean that you're right.
mhm,
We're just speaking from experience. And I
mhm.
believe in the team. Yeah, I want them to do well. I want them to go all the way. But there's no guarantee that's going to happen. And that's all we're trying to tell you. We're being realist.
Yeah, yeah, and again, and I probably have done it in the past, so I'm not gonna say I never have. But this idea about who's a real fan, who's not a real fan, and real fans do this, real fans do that, like that's nonsense. You know what I mean? Like that's nonsense to try to tell people who's a real fan, who's not a real fan. I'm a real fan because I'm holding it down. Like that's all nonsense. Like
I mean,
it's
look
all
at
it's all nonsensical.
the
Um,
question is, can they win? Laugh out loud. Of course they can. He goes, no questions. Debbie Downers. Well, if they lose in the playoffs, you're going to be in shambles, bro. And then who's going to look stupid? Not me.
I mean,
Not
if they
me. So keep that
if
same
they
energy. Keep the
if
same
they
energy. They
if
lose, come in here with your
if they
chest
win,
out.
man, obviously we all want them to win, and we all want to
Yeah.
party. We want to have a good time. So it is what it is, man. Again, if you don't like what you're seeing right now, you're more than welcome to hit that exit button and leave and not watch. But you're still tuning in, and you're still watching. Like Floyd Mayweather said, bro, you pay to see me to win or lose. Either way, you're paying to
Hey,
see
you
me.
know
So
what?
um,
Floyd's coming back to returement, bro.
he is. He is.
Him
There's
and
your segue.
Manny Pacquiao are
There's your
going to be
segue.
fighting.
There's your segue right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's
So,
crazy though, man. It's 2026, man. We're having talks about Floyd and Manny, after their
yeah.
2015 win, or 2015 fight is pretty insane, man. But yeah, man. Shit, I'll tell you, man. I was in Vegas last weekend for the Barrios Ryan Garcia fight. It didn't go our way for San Antonio, but man, that atmosphere was electric. Steph, Chicana Fuerte, and I were out there together. That was our rekindling coming out party out in Vegas, bro. We love us some Vegas, let me tell you. But man, we had a good time. I'll tell you what, man, we had a good time. And kudos to Ryan Garcia, man. Shout out to Mario Barrios, man, representing San Antonio. I know people say things like, oh, he's a bum, he didn't do anything, man. I'll tell you,
Jeez.
to get into that ring and risk your life is a very very
And real talk, that bum will whoop
commendable thing.
somebody's ass here right now in
Oh,
this
oh,
in
you
the
ain't.
chat. Anybody,
Oh,
you know?
you ain't lying. Exactly. Shout out to Mario Barrios, man. He,
Yeah.
it wasn't his night. Ryan Garcia was too fast, too, strong.
He
Kudos to
was
him. But it was
laser focused, dude.
Oh,
That's
he
the
was.
most
That
focused I've
Ryan,
ever seen him, dude.
yeah, that Ryan, the Ryan that fought last weekend is pound for pound. He is. But it's just crazy because you don't know which Ryan you're gonna see, right? Ryan
Yeah.
shows up versus Rolly and shits the bed, which is crazy. But the Ryan that we saw last weekend is pretty dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
I said Rocky and Creed fought beyond their prime. So there you go, man.
That's true.
People
That's
are
very
going to
true.
tune in to see this fight, and it
Oh, of
doesn't
course.
matter their age. People are still going to tune in to see Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather go toe to toe. And
Yeah.
it's a lot to say about this fight still because they're both past their prime, but Floyd's going to put his undefeated record, out there. And
Mhm.
Manny, he's already fought Floyd once. He was at a disadvantage because he had an injured hand. All right. But nonetheless, if you're given another opportunity, if you give somebody opportunities, showing up one of these times they're going to take advantage of it. This might be Pacquiao's time to go ahead and say, you know what? I came back too. I was retired. I came back and I look
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I can still hold my own. Maybe Floyd saw that too, and he's like, you know what? I want to come back too. So it's exciting, dude. As a boxing fan, you want to see this fight, right? Because you're still seeing two legends go at it. It don't matter if they're past their prime or not. You're still gonna tune in and you're still gonna watch it. And I don't know, man. Something just tells me I like Manny Pacquiao's chances this time. You know?
I think it'll be a more competitive fight than last time, right? And here's the thing: as even though those guys are in their 40s, they are
Yeah.
both in very good shape. That's one thing you gotta hone in on, that Pacquiao and Floyd are still in great shape. It isn't like, and I love me some Roy Jones and I love me some Mike Tyson, but those dudes are kind of longer around the waist. They're a little slower. But Floyd and Manny are still in really, really good shape. So those guys
Yeah.
are in great shape. I think it might be a little more competitive, but I still think Floyd's got it, man. I think at the end of the day, man, Floyd is just his skill set and his, even at his age, is 40 and all that. He's still got speed. He's still got his defense. Floyd, but I think Manny's gonna make it a better fight this time. I really do. And you know, uh, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, and then people are gonna talk trash about, oh, they're gonna watch, right? They're gonna watch it. So it's
You're gonna
entertaining.
watch.
Yeah, yeah. So
They'll be hitting you up, Rick. What's the link? I want the link. You have a link, bro?
yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know.
What's the link?
It's on Netflix. Like, it's gonna be on Netflix. Like, I know
What's the link, bro? What's the link? I can't afford
yeah.
Netflix, dog.
Yeah, there's people that can't afford Peacock. They can't afford Netflix. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like,
Oh,
man,
man.
yeah, man. So
The beer tab
good.
comes out more than the
Yeah,
Netflix, dude, or the Peacock
yeah,
network or
yeah,
Paramount or whatever it is, dude. Like, come on.
yeah,
Come on. I know even the Padre that was lying that said he couldn't go watch the Spurs game, gonna be watching the
yeah.
Netflix. Come on.
God don't like liars, bro. God don't like liars, man. Let me tell
That
you that,
Padre
bro. But
something else, man.
yeah,
Gina Ortiz Jones, I don't know where she got him from, bro, but damn.
Oh, I'll tell you. Hey, she got censored recently, man. She had
Yes,
to
they're
she had to
trying
give
to. They're
she had
trying
to
to,
give
man.
a Marbach apology the other day.
Puro exit 7 apology, bro. No,
Bro,
hombre, wait.
that apology was so condescending, man. It was funny, man. She was like, "I'm sorry, I hurt her feelings." I actually like that apology. I'll tell you. You know what? I don't really like a lot of things about Gina Ortiz Jones. I did kind of like that apology. I like that smugness about that apology.
No,
She
man.
said, "I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings." She said, as an Iraq veteran, as an Iraq war veteran, and as a Air Force veteran, whatever, there's things that, like, I say that I know, or I've seen, that are different from my colleagues. Like, she gave a diss apology, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I thought,
My thing was just shut up, Gina. You know,
Oh
let's
yeah.
let's
Oh,
move
it's
on.
always
Let's
it's
move on.
always it's always shut up, Gina. We said that
Yeah.
a long time ago. We said that a long time ago, and everybody was like, well, not everybody, but some people were like trying to back her up, and oh, Gina, she's really she just wants that independent study. Remember that? Remember
Yeah.
that? She just wants that independent study. Get out of here, man. Like she was trying to axe the Spurs and the new arena from jump, man. And she was trying to sugarcoat it into this BS whole
Revenue
scenario. But
sharing y tanto. We
yeah,
can use the
yeah,
money
yeah,
elsewhere. No, you can't, Gina. Stop
mhm,
lying. You just like that Padre. You lying to the
yeah,
people, man. Come on.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
but you
man.
know
He
what?
is.
I wanted to kind of get back to Spurs talk real
Hmm.
quick here because they're bringing back that old school, a little bit of the old school, man.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I like it.
Remember that from the 90s? This takes you back, dude.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
Real talk, it does.
yeah, for sure.
Throughout this
You know, the
NBA
way they
season
had
of
all this, you're going to have like that old school
Yeah,
Bob Costas,
yeah,
Doug
yeah,
Collins, Mike Fratello, Hannah Storm, Isaiah
yeah.
Thomas, you know, the
We
old
grew up
school
on that,
NBA
man.
and
You
NBC
know,
crew,
yeah,
man.
we grew up on that. You know what I mean? And just hearing those, that right? It just gives you a little something, man. Saturday
Yeah.
mornings and weekend games, right? We grew up on that stuff. So hearing that just kind of hypes you up a little bit. Having the commentators out there, it's fun, man. It's a good time, and it gives you some nostalgia, when it comes to watching these games. So yeah, man, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. Fake Killer is funny, man. Like I know I don't know who he is on Twitter because I know he follows me because he's referencing some of my stuff on Twitter. But bro, it's talking about scoring new blood. If you follow my Twitter, you already know about me, so you don't even got to worry about that, big dog. But
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
man, it's yeah, people are concerned about other people's lives instead of their own. You know what I mean? Like so it is what it is. Mike, Joe,
Yeah,
did you talk to Mike? Did you talk to Mike about what we talked
I
about?
did. I did. I already
Are,
talked to
are
him. I'm
we
gonna
are
talk
we a
to him.
go for that or not?
I don't know. He hasn't gotten back with me yet,
Oh,
but I'm
come
gonna talk with him
on,
today
man.
again because I was already thinking about that, and I already texted
Come
him and I
on.
told him and
I
everything.
don't want to say it on air
Yeah.
unless it's gonna be, because if we can do this, it's gonna be fun. Don't miss tomorrow if we could do this,
It'd be
because it's gonna
fun.
be fun. It's gonna be a good time. If you're let me put it this way: if you're a single man, you're gonna want to be involved in what we got going on tomorrow. I'll just leave it at that, okay? And I'll throw out this: Spurs tickets are involved. A beautiful ladies involved. Just come on Saturday, and we're gonna get Mike on board on what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I don't know
And
if I
it'll yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to enjoy that because technically I'm single, but some people in the chat like to try to call me out every time we get the ladies in the
Oh,
chat.
bro.
You
You
know,
know what?
I'm
We
like,
can't,
why are you worried
bro.
about me? What
Bro,
did I do?
bro. Do you remember when the ladies first came on the chat and these dudes didn't know how to act? These guys were losing their mind. Like I can tell when guys have never been around beautiful ladies because they just don't know how to act. Right? They're weird. They're strange. They say comments and they backtrack and it's so weird, man. Like I don't
Yeah, man.
understand. Like if you just never
Inside.
been around beautiful ladies, then I feel sorry for you. But it
Hey, I
is
was
what it
gonna
is.
man, look at this. I saw this over here on the X, right? And they're talking to Brian Windhorst, man.
Hmm.
And this boy's making like reservations all over the place for
I saw that. Yeah,
Boston,
yeah,
Oklahoma, San Antonio.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
listen to what he says.
I've booked hotel rooms in San Antonio for the finals. And I went, oh my goodness, Windy is buying in. So that came up yesterday, and then Jay Williams had to ruin it by jumping in and saying this.
What Brian didn't tell you is he also has hotel reservations in Denver and
true.
OKC as well. Okay, he has his bet.
You're saying he's
Hey!
multi-booked.
Yes,
Smart man.
Lying.
Smart
You want to
man.
see a copy of the reservation?
Yes, I do.
He's
You
picking
want.
the Spurs.
Smart
They were
man.
one of 3 teams that made the 40-20 rule.
Smart man. Smart
That
man.
is funny, dude. That is funny. 'Cause
Just
I
being
was
in
like-
these conversations is funny for the Spurs, right?
You know,
smart
I
man.
was thinking, dude, if the Spurs are gonna go on the road, right? And depending on who they're gonna play, right? Because as we get closer and closer to the end of the season, you already know, okay, this is gonna be the matchup more likely that they're gonna have. You gonna be going to a road game? If the Spurs, depending on who the Spurs play, are you gonna go hit the road?
Let me tell you, man. I am watching the standings, and I don't want to get overexcited, but it could be Phoenix. It could be Phoenix,
Yeah.
man. So if the Spurs match up with Phoenix in the first round, 2-7, I'll find my way to Phoenix. It's right next door. It's a quick 5-hour drive. So yeah, man. I let me tell you this. I will be at a Spurs playoff home game. As a season ticket member, Joe, and you know this, you get first dibs on
Yeah.
playoff tickets, right? So basically, what happens is when you're a season ticket member, prior to the playoff tickets being available to the public, they open them up to season ticket members, right? And they're face value. That's key.
Yeah.
Right? They're priced at face value, right? They're not resale and all that, right? So basically,
Yeah.
as a season ticket member, you get priority for playoff tickets, right? So as soon as that it's announced that they will be the playoffs or whatever, as a season ticket member, you get first dibs. So I'm gonna jump on those tickets. Hell, I might get me tickets for Steph and I might get
Yeah.
2 more to resell. We'll see, why not? Because they're gonna
Pay
get
for the
go up there.
trip.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So Steph and I will be in playoff basketball in San Antonio. We'll be bouncing. We'll be doing our thing. We'll be in Phoenix. I'm hoping that they play Phoenix in the first round and we can see them out there, man. But it's exciting times, man. You can't not get excited about April, San Antonio, Spurs winning, Fiesta. Man, it brings us all back. It brings us all back. Some of us that are born and raised in San Antonio and grew up on Fiesta and all that, when the Spurs were in the playoffs, it just, like I said, it makes you feel so good. You reach out to that ex that you missed. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel good. It makes you feel so good that, hey, we're going to run this back, so it's exciting, man. It's fun,
Hey, I was wondering, if the Spurs are going to travel, right? Of course, they're going to have to
Mhm.
be on the road to play their playoff series. I wonder if the Jackals are going to be in attendance.
Oh, they might. Oh, I'll tell you what, man. The Spurs organization takes care of the Jackals, man. They flew them out to Vegas. They've gotten them out to all these different events. It would not surprise me if the Spurs organization, gets the Jackals out to a playoff road game, which would be awesome. Which would be awesome, man.
I wonder if
The
Mike goes
Jackals.
and goes on the road with the Jackals. I told him, if you're going to go with the Jackals, you got to go ahead and get the Jackal tattooed on your belly and pick up your shirt. Because, man, he showed his belly real quick.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, man. And for some reason, the Jackals get a bunch of flack and all this. I'll tell you, they've been there all year. I remember people saying that they weren't going to last 10 games and they weren't going to it was going to be too much for them and they couldn't yell and they were not going to be able to sustain this. They were going to be disorganized, and that all has been debunked. Like, they've lasted more than 10 or 17 games or whatever you said they were going to be. They're still there. They're still loud. They're doing their thing, man. Shout out to the Jackals and the Spurs organization for kind of helping them and carry them through. So, man, it's fun. It's a good time, man. It's really a good time. There's a lot of kids involved in it. It's funny because a lot of people are so mad about it or negative when there's so much positive. They're like, there's kids that are involved in it. It's fun for them. They get to experience this. They get these season tickets for about $1,000, which is really cheap.
Yeah.
$1,000 for a season ticket is cheap, if you don't know. But so nothing but goodness, man. And it's going to be fun. So, yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Playoff basketball in April during Fiesta. What more do you want as a San Antonian?
Hey, I was going to go ahead and give some love to our boy out here, Cuts by Jones. He's donating some things. It's 2 cuts that he's going to donate so we can go ahead and give away to some lucky winners out there on tomorrow's event. And, make sure you go and give our boy a follow. You can follow him on the X,
Mhm.
Cuts by Jones. If you haven't followed him, make sure you follow him. Real good dude, man. Real cool homie. He's always doing his thing, man. Look at those cuts that he does.
Yeah.
And then he gives them to players, and he gets them signed. And they even go ahead and commandeer him to go ahead and make other cuts too. He's always supporting everything, man. He's a big sports fan, local here. And he's always supporting the team. Even us, man. He shows us love too, watching our podcast and watching the Cowboy podcast and everything, man. So does great work, dude. And all this stuff, it's a labor of love, man. He does this on that saw right there. and he cuts all these things by hand, dude. He's a craftsman, man. So
Absolutely. No, he is, man. He is.
some love, man.
He's a tremendous craftsman, and the woodwork that he does is amazing. And even more important than that, he's just a really good dude, man. He's a really good human being.
Yeah.
I talked to him last weekend, and he's so excited about meeting everybody. He even mentioned, like, man, I can't wait to meet Mario Cavazos. And he started naming folks in the chat that he said, man, he's like, I feel like I know them because we're in the chat all the time, but I have never met them. So he's excited to meet people in the chat, Tex-Mex Frank, all the supporters of this show. And that's the thing. This 500th episode party, honestly, it's not about me. It's not about Joe. It's not about Mike. It's about Tex-Mex Frank. It's about Cuts by Jones. It's about Mario Cavazos. It's about all the people that have supported this chat, and been here. It's really for y'all, right? It's for us to come together as a community, as a family, to embrace each other and embrace.
Put a name to the face, man.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what it is too? There's like Fake Killer, right? There's so much hate in this world, man. There's so much hate and negativity, and for some reason, I don't know why there's so much hate and negativity in this world. This is about positivity, right? Tony Renales throwing shade. There's always a lot of hate and shade and a lot of jealousy in this world. It's not about that, bro. It's Matt Lerma is another positive dude, man, that I love his energy and I love what he talks about. And I don't know if we got to a super chat. I thought he might have had a super chat that we missed. I don't know.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. But that's what this is about. You know what I mean? All this hate and all this shade and all this, I don't like this person and I don't like it's ridiculous, man. It's so crazy. Worried about if I'm running the block with my ex and all that. What are you worried about that for? What concern is that of yours? So all that is just tomorrow's party is about positivity. It's about family. It's about being one, man, and taking care of each other. And yeah, JHNSB, you're right, bro. It's just I just, it's crazy, man. There's too much negativity in this world, and there's too much hatred and ugliness in this world that there's really no reason to be that way, right? So the point of all this is going, meeting each other, being positive, having a good time, showing love, showing family to each other, and that's what it is. So
yeah, I wanted to give some love too to Tex-Mex Frank and his Texican gear and all that. He's going to be donating some stuff too, so we can give away to some of the listeners that go out there and hang out with us tomorrow at the event. So go ahead and make sure you follow him as well, because he's always been a big supporter of what we do. And you can follow him at Tex-Mex Frank on the X. If you haven't followed him already, make sure you do so. Real cool guy, man. Real cool dude. Just like Cuts by Jones, man. They're real people, man. Real homies there. So
yeah,
make sure you go and give him a follow.
real recognize real. And it's funny because sometimes you think people are real and then they end up being fake. You know what I mean? So it's the fake shows up, the turds float up to the top, and the fake shows up, who really is fake, and the real always recognize real. So shout out to all of y'all real ones.
Wanted to go ahead and give out a shout out here to Mr. Lerma. Thank you, Mr. Lerma.
That's
for
the one
$5 super chat.
Yeah, that's the quote I remember, which is actually a really, really good quote. I like it.
Yeah. He put, I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Go Spurs, go. He goes, last weekend, Garcia was King Ryan. Yeah, he was, man.
He was.
Really good.
You ain't lying there, Matt. You ain't lying there.
So what we're going to do here too is I wanted to go ahead and show something that I saw, because we like to talk about a little bit of, throwbacks from sports history.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw somebody post something on the X, and it was about the greatest calls in sports history. Like when you have announcers, right? The play-by-play guys that just say things, man, that just make these iconic moments in sports history even more so iconic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have that catchphrase, that little thing that put a little extra sauce on it,
It kind of sticks. Yeah.
It kind of sticks, because it's they said something and it was so iconic, like one of the ones that I always remember is down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one. And what do you remember? I don't know if it was boxing or sports related, Rick, but that sports call that you remember it, you can remember hearing that phrase that somebody coined. Do you have one?
Yeah, the Down Goes Frazier is definitely one. Um, so and this it might be obscure because we're big boxing fans, but there's a lot of good calls in boxing, and one of them when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when Larry Merchant said, "This makes Cinderella look like a sad story." I was like, wow. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That
Let's
was a
share
good
this.
one. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
This is one thing that they were talking about on the Ringer, right? And I thought this was pretty cool because I'm
yeah.
like, I remember some of these, dude. And let's play it because they're talking about the greatest sports calls of all time. And this is according to Bill Simmons.
The great sports calls of all time. What my favorite ones were, other than
Oh,
Do You
yeah.
Believe in Miracles?
Do you believe in miracles is a good one. Yeah, do you believe
And I
in
think
miracles?
Down Goes Frazier is second.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Down Goes Frazier.
Down Goes Frazier is unbelievable. It's Cosell's
Yeah.
greatest work.
And he just keeps saying
screaming.
it. He just,
He's so
Down
shocked.
goes Frazier!
Down Goes Frazier! I don't believe what I just saw. I wrote down.
I don't believe what I just saw. Lampley has a great one with
Oh,
Foreman.
yes.
When he knocked out
yes.
Michael Moore.
It happened.
yeah.
happened.
It happened.
It happened.
It happened.
It happened!
That was a great one.
Great one. We'll see you tomorrow night was a good one.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
And then Joe Buck after game 5. I can't remember which one, but he says, "We'll see you later tonight."
See you later tonight.
Because it was past
That's
midnight.
right.
And it was like an homage to his dad, but also awesome. Lundqvist. Yes, sir. For
Yeah.
Nicholas.
Yes, sir.
And then Havlicek stole the ball. Giants win the pennant. We're the two we grew up with.
And these are little things that take you back as a sports fan, right? Because you remember some of these things, right?
Yeah.
And you don't really remember the saying until they play it again, right? Or you see the clip and you're like, oh, I remember that. And then what do you
Mhm.
instantly go back to? You remember who you were watching it with. You remember
Oh,
whose
yeah.
house you were at. You're
Yeah.
with your homies or who, hanging out with watching that. Those are great
Yeah.
memories to have as a sports fan, right? Where you remember that. Even like Spurs fans,
Mhm.
when the Spurs win the chip, when you see the Spurs in that Memorial Day miracle, when they were going on
Oh,
these
yeah.
playoff runs,
Yes.
everyone remembers
You know where you were.
where
you know
you
where
were.
you were at. Yeah.
exactly. And it was amazing to me because when Sean Elliott hit that Memorial Day miracle,
Yeah. Mhm.
that was electric, dude. Like
Mhm.
you could feel it all across the city, right?
Mhm.
And I went outside because I was at my mother-in-law's. We were watching this because we were having a big old barbecue. Everybody was gathered together. We're watching it. Everybody's all glued to the TV in the living room, right? Everybody's all elbow to elbow, And then you see this happen, and everybody went crazy. And what did I do? I immediately went outside, and I just wanted to listen, right?
Mhm.
And you could hear all the neighborhood, yeah, go Spurs, go. And
Yeah.
I think that was the moment that I realized this is something different, dude. This is something
Yeah.
special. Like
Yeah.
you just witnessed history, it was different. It was a different aura, different vibe.
Oh
in the
yeah.
air.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you. I don't know. I've told him my Memorial Day miracle story on Twitter. I don't know if I told it on this show, but '99. I was 17, 2 kids, right? Already. I was working 2 jobs, and one of my jobs was delivering Chinese food, right? So I was delivering Chinese food, and I was listening. I would you back then you could like listen on the radio, or I guess you still can, but it's like AM or whatever, right? So I'm in my convertible Cavalier, lowrider rims, and all that, right? Delivering my Chinese food in Alamo Heights, right? And I'm listening to the radio and listening to the Spurs game, right?
Play-by-play.
The Spurs game, Memorial Day Miracle game, before it became the Memorial Day Miracle.
Yeah.
Well, I get to this apartment, right, and I'm delivering the food, and the guy opens the door and he's like, "Come in here, you got the Spurs are about to take the lead, like strangers, bro, total
Yeah.
strangers, right? I'm a Chinese delivery guy, like he's like, come on, bro, come
on
in
in.
here, yeah. So he grabs me, brings me in. I bring my food, my Chinese delivery. I put it down,
Yeah.
and I watch the game, and this was right before Sean hits the Memorial Day Miracle, and
Yeah.
I watched the Memorial Day Miracle shot with total strangers.
Yeah.
delivering Chinese food. And we were just like, yeah, like going crazy. Bro, that is what San Antonio and family is all about. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
know these people from Adam. I didn't know them at all. And they brought me into the fold and they,
Like
you
you're a
know,
family,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're
like our
Spurs
family. Exactly. They were straight up Spurs family. So that
Yeah.
was awesome, man. That was awesome, man. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Those moments in time, and even like with my sons, like there's a lot of boxing moments that I watch with my sons, and then
Yeah.
I say to myself, like, man, we're gonna remember this. Like my you know, I was 14 when my youngest son was born, right? So my youngest son, or I'm sorry, or my oldest son, I'm sorry, my oldest son is 28 now, right? And
Yeah.
he tells me things like, Dad, I remember watching like Fernando Vargas and like all these Oscar De La Hoya and Tito Trinidad and all these fights, like when I was
Yeah.
a kid, like a baby, like I remember vaguely, right? He vaguely has these memories, you know, of remembering this, and because I had him there with me watching all these fights, you know, in '99, 2000, 2001, and all this. So those are like core memories for him, right? He has
Yeah.
those core
Yeah.
memories about those fights, you know. So now he we watch the fights together, and we you know, it's like a core memory of like one day he's gonna tell his kids about these stories, right? And their and their kids and all that kind of stuff. So
Cuts by Jones has me dead, bro. Look at what he says. The last Spurs championship, I was living on Presa. I was outside waving my Spurs flag and high-fiving hookers walking by. No, bro.
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You know, the other things that I remember too is like there was a thing when you would go honking, right?
Yeah.
That's when the tradition became a thing, right? Because
Yeah.
after the Spurs finally beat like the Lakers,
Yeah.
what everybody do? Man, vamos honking, let's go honking down
Mhm.
Commerce. And that's when the city started gelling together, right? They started really getting behind the Spurs because they're like,
Yeah.
man, we didn't expect this team to go this far. And
Yeah.
I really start thinking about it, and I look at the disparities between that championship team and what we're seeing now. You know, at the end of the day, you can't discount what's happening, right?
Mhm.
Just enjoy the ride. You know, just like we did back then in '99. You know,
Yeah.
enjoy the ride. Where whatever happens, happens. You know, because right now the team's already exceeding expectations. But I remember
Mhm.
when they beat the Lakers going down the, you know, Commerce and honking, and that became a thing. And then when they would win a game, right? The city would get excited. And then when they finally won the chip, oh man, they lost their shit, dude. Everybody
Yeah.
immediately is like, load up the car, load up the truck, whatever, dude.
Mhm. Mhm.
And everybody was going down military. They had to shut
Mhm.
down military because they couldn't hold any more people.
Bro, they
You
shut down
know,
the highway,
crazy.
bro. They shut down
Everything.
35, bro.
Yeah.
35, Highway 35 in '99 was standstill, was bumper to bumper. People were getting out of their cars and partying on 35, bro, like on the highway. They couldn't even exit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was great times, man. It was really great times. And like I said, at the end
Different
of the
times,
day,
man.
it was different times. And Sam Salinas talks about how it used to be Spurs fans against everybody, which is true.
Yeah.
I like what you said.
They were all
But now,
united together.
right. But now everybody's like broken up into these little like, oh, I
The
don't,
little
I hate,
cliques.
little cliques. You know, I hate Mitch
Yeah.
Johnson and I hate Brian Wright and I hate this, I hate that, but I'm a Sohan fan or I'm a this fan or I'm that. Like all these different little cliques and all this stuff, which, like I said, is ridiculous. And you could hide behind God and Jesus and say that you're all, you know, all that, but like fake is fake, dog. Like it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, like, you know, and like JHNSB said, like you crashing out, bro. Like you're embarrassing yourself, bro. You're looking ridiculous. But you know, come out to the party, come out to the show. Even the haters. I hope you come out. Come out and be there. Show your face. Don't hide behind a screen. Don't hide behind, you know, Twitter fingers. Come out there and be there, man. You know, it's gonna be a good time.
It's all celebration. We're all good. It's all good, dude. Like we might disagree in the chat, and we might have our own, you know, disagreements. I might not agree with so and so and what they say or whatever, but it's nothing but love at the end of the day, man. We just appreciate everybody supporting and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I like focusing on that topic of where were you in this day in Spurs history, you know, and like
Yeah.
what were you doing when the little general hit that corner jumper? You know, who were you celebrating with? Because I remember I had my son that was 2 years old at the time. I had him in my arms and I'm watching the game and I'm putting this boy to sleep, giving him his bottle and everything, dude. And the Spurs win, and I'm just like, I can't scream, I can't yell.
Yeah, you're like trying to be quiet, right? Yeah.
I got a 2-year-old in my arms, you know. But then the wife came, picked him up, you know, put him to bed, and then I went outside, and then everybody was celebrating. I was like, man, I'm heading out, man. I'm gone. I got in the car and I took off. I picked up my cousins and we're hanging out, you know, downtown. We're trying to drive around Military. I think we made it downtown, but we couldn't get to Military because again they had closed the highway.
Yeah.
Closed the highway, and then the cops had blocked everything off, and they're like, no. Y'all got to turn around. You can't go anymore. So we had to go down the little side streets and whatnot to get to the main area. But I just remember that. I mean, it was so crazy. And then not only after that, then after everybody was partying downtown, going down Military, what was the move? Academy, dog. Academy.
Gear.
Already lined up at Academy.
You got to get the gear. Yeah. You got to get the gear. Yeah.
Your first stop was getting the newspaper, right? You had to get the newspaper.
Oh yeah.
It says champs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to go to Academy, right? You're standing in line in Academy until they open the doors, and everybody getting their championship gear. You're getting the shirt, you're getting the hat, everything, dude. The flags, whatever they had, put in the basket, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing, dude. Everybody was like, if you got the shirt and the cap, man, everybody's like, oh, that's badass, man. Because you know, you stood in line all night to get that. But then you had the magazines coming out that everybody wanted too, like Sports Illustrated, y tanto, you know, with the Spurs plastered all across. I mean, I have tons of stuff from that time, right? When they won that 99 chip.
Yeah.
But it's just, you have things. People like, we still have stuff. I have newspaper clippings that I framed, and I have it here, like even from 2014. And it shows like all the Spurs together, and it says champs share the spotlight, you know, like I have all this memorabilia, you know, that there's little time capsules in time, you know, from when the Spurs were going on those championship runs. Great stuff from our local writers too, like from the Express News. And then you had like other people, like you had, was it The Current doing stories on the players and the championship run. You had La Prensa that you could get around the corner for free too. You had all these things happening, dude.
Yeah.
It was a great time, man. But, you know, different times, because it was 99, right? Then 03. You remember, man, what happened in 03? You know, and you saw David Robinson and Tim Duncan, you know, and that's when you had that iconic moment where they're holding up the trophy together.
Yeah.
And they showed David Robinson picking up his kid, you know, at the time, you know? So it was like he rode off as a champ, you know? It was a great storyline for him, for 5-0, you know, a great send-off.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. For sure, man.
Because you remember him.
Bro.
What do you remember him as? A champ, right?
Oh, yeah,
the last time you saw him on the court, he went as a champ.
He went as a champ. Two-time champ. 99-03. Yeah. Good to see that, man. Good to see that. I love the like, oh, I'm too busy to come tomorrow. Man, you a pussy. Like,
Rick, come on.
Yeah. I know. It's funny, man. I'm too busy to come tomorrow. Man, get out of here, bro. But yeah, man, you're right. At the end of the day, man, going to those, you know, going back to where were you when those championship games were won and had, you know, it's just memories, man. It's core memories with you and your family and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, man, it's going to be fun, man. And core memories. Tomorrow's going to be a good time. Tomorrow's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
you know, downtown. If you're too busy and you can't come, well then don't. But you know, talk all that chirp, but you ain't gonna show up. Yeah, of course. It's gonna be a good time. You know, come out. No one's hiding. So it's easy to talk, but it's different to show up. Downtown. Riverwalk. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a beautiful time. It's gonna be fun, man. You know, the belt's gonna be out there. You know, so come out there, man, and we're gonna have fun, man. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and give some love here to one of our sponsors. We're gonna go ahead and give love to the Hard Rock because we're gonna be out there tomorrow. So we'll be back here in a couple seconds. The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. And there you go, giving some love to the Hard Rock. That's where we're going to be hosting tomorrow's event. Hope everybody can make it. Like I said, we're going to be giving out swag bags. We're going to have free drinks, and we're also going to have like these raffle tickets. So you'll have one of these or a couple of these in your bag there. So
Spurs
we're going
tickets,
to
Spurs tickets are gonna be given away. It's gonna be a lot of things. Hey, JHNSB, that's what they do, dog. That's what they do, big dog. Yeah, man, it's gonna be so fun, man. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time to mingle with everybody and get to know each other. Again, like you said, we know each other through the chat, through Twitter, through social media. I've been pretty blessed to meet some really, really cool people from Twitter. You know, I very rarely have had a bad interaction with people that I've met from Twitter, whether it's at a Spurs game, whether it's at a boxing fight, whether it's just being around San Antonio and Southtown. I've run into people who are are cool and down to meet up and have a good time. So yeah, man, it's always a good time to meet each other. Yeah, hang out and meet each other in person, put a face to the name and put kind of like context to each other. So again, real recognize real, and fake won't show up because they're too busy, but it's all good.
Let's look at this too, because let's look at the latest MVP odds, right? And right now they still have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for OKC. They have Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, and also they got Victor Wembanyama. He's made it into the top 5 already. He's like 4 in the standings now. Now, here's the thing. Like they said, like Mike always says, you can't have somebody considered an MVP unless they also have a winning record, right?
Right.
So the Spurs right now, they have a winning record. They're number 2 in the West. And you're seeing how well Victor Wembanyama's playing. So if the Spurs go far in the playoffs, I would think that maybe his chances of getting the MVP might increase, depending on how far you go, right? Same thing could be said for, Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham. I mean, they're going to be looked upon as far as how far you're going to go in the postseason, right? That might have something to do with it.
Right.
But usually, I mean, I think it's during the semifinals, their second round is when they finally announce who's the official MVP of the league. Yeah, records are an important part, but it's also looked upon as the impact that said player has on said team, right? At the end of the day. And I think that Shai is no doubt, impactful on, with his team, but I think you can't discount Victor Wembanyama too and his impact on the game, right? And what he can do for his team. Because Victor doesn't have to go ahead and put up like high numbers every night. Like even if he puts up 12 points or 17 points, but he's a menace inside the paint, blocking shots, disrupting shots. And you can't discount that because he changes the complexity of the game, and he gives the Spurs a really good chance to win, even if he's not scoring. Because like I said, it's no longer just Victor out there, Victor Wembanyama. You have to contend with the Spurs guard play now. So I don't know, man. I just think that Vic isn't really getting enough love, the love that he deserves, because I think he should be up there higher. I think maybe when it's all said and done, maybe he'd move up a little bit more. Maybe he'd be a top 3, or maybe he'd be in the second place. But I don't know, man. I think if they just need to take another look at him, because he's doing some great things out there.
I hate to say this, Joe, but I disagree, man. I think,
you think so?
Vic is getting all the national attention. Like anyone's talking about is Vic and the Spurs and all that, which they normally don't ever do. You know what I mean? So I think Vic's getting the attention. And I love I agree with. I know what you're saying, man. Vic, I think Vic. You know what? Vic's he's a victim of like people are like, oh well, he's 7 foot, like of course he should be able to dunk, right? Of course he should be able to block. You know what I mean? He's almost like a victim of well, he's 7'4", like so he should block people, he should dunk. Like it's almost like not as impressive, I guess, if that makes sense, versus a guy like SGA who's a guard, and he's doing all these things, and Cade Cunningham, it's just you're kind of a victim of that, it's like Mike Tyson, right? It's like, oh, well, it's not impressive anymore that he's knocking people out, like in his prime. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, he's supposed to knock people out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, where people look at Victor and think like, well, he should be doing all these things, right? He should be, dunking or blocking or whatever. So, no disrespect to the guys like Cade Cunningham and the Joker and SGA. I think it's kind of a toss up, like between SGA, but I also agree with what you're saying. Victor is in that mix, like he has to be in that mix. You can't put him aside. But you got SGA, Joker, Cade Cunningham, and Vic. All four of those guys, pretty much you could pull a name out of a hat, and one of them could be MVP because they're all affecting winning for their teams, right? The most valuable player, I guess the way I look at most valuable player is if you take that player out of the equation, how does the team fare? That's kind of how I look at most valuable player. So, will Vic win most valuable player? Probably not. Probably
Who knows?
not. I mean,
You
who knows?
probably
I don't
not,
know.
but
I don't know. And people are going to say that I'm being I don't know. I mean, I don't think he will.
I think he can get up there. I think he can get like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think he can. I mean, I think he can, and I think he should be in the conversation. And I agree with JHNSB. I agree with JHNSB. Like, I don't. He's not. I don't think he's going to win it this year. That's just my opinion. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. So be it. But but he's in the mix. He's in the conversation, right? That's where you want to be.
I think he might even, if he doesn't miss the 4 games from here on out, no doubt he'd probably be a lock-in for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Right. If he plays the number of games that he needs to play to qualify, which is like 65, and he can't miss more than 4 games from here on out because then he won't qualify.
Yeah.
But if he plays those 65 games and he doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year, I'll be like, man, maybe they throw in some shade at Wemby here, because there's nobody that can do what he can do on the defensive end because of his size, speed, athleticism.
Sure.
And, healthy Wemby, and he wasn't healthy last season because he had that deep vein thrombosis. He's a shoo-in, in my opinion, for Defensive Player of the Year. Now, MVP is a whole different animal. And at the end of the day, I think when the dust settles, he'll probably stay either 3, 4, might move up to 2. But that's good. That shows that they're looking at him and they're seeing the growth out of him at a young age, So even, at this stage of his game, he's still very raw. There's still things that he can work on, of course, but you can tell he's already on the upward trajectory and getting more, let's say, consistent. So there's a lot of good things that are going on for Wembanyama at this point in time. And not only just for him, but also for the rest of the team as well. And look at how well they're all playing together. So I'm excited, man, as a Spurs fan, just to see how far the team can go. I said, just enjoy the ride. I mean, everybody might disagree here and there, and they have their own opinions. But at the end of the day, we're all Spurs fans, and I'm just going to enjoy the ride and see how far they go and hope the win streak continues. Maybe it can go to 15, and it doesn't matter. Either way, your team is the second in the West, and now everybody's seeing that, and they're the NBA darlings right now. They're the hottest team in the NBA at this exact minute in time. That's something that Spurs fans should be proud of, but let's go ahead and also give some love to PF Chang's, and then we'll come back and end the show. PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. And there you go. Shout out to PF Chang's. They're a proud sponsor of the Area 210. And we'd like to also go ahead and note that Sean Quintero will be out there tomorrow. And, of course, the event that we're hosting at the Hard Rock is sponsored by PF Chang. So, again, come out and join us tomorrow. Party starts at 6. It'll be over at the Hard Rock Cafe at 111 West Crockett Street. And I know our friend of the show here, Mike Gamas, was saying that there's different pricing for the parking all over downtown. He was saying that just to give everybody a heads up that if you're looking for parking, you can go and go into the Houston parking street garage. It's about $10. St. Mary's parking garage is $5. And if you want to park right across the street from where the Hard Rock Cafe is, which is probably where I'm going to park, it's like $15 or $25, but it's a straight shot. It's a small parking lot. You just park there and go right across the street, and boom, you're in the the Hard Rock with no problem. So it's all good, man. We hope to see everybody out there, and also we want to go ahead and show the signature cocktail collection again. Like, I've personally tried most of these cocktails, and they've all been good for $8.99. You got the mule, the mai tai, the lychee, the lemon drop, and my personal favorite is always going to be the Japanese old fashioned. That's bar none to me the best drink that I've had out there. So go ahead and check out PF Chang's. If you go out there, make sure you tell Sean Quintero that the area 210 sent you. And just remember, the chat is powered by PF Chang's at La Cantera. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and bring the show to a close because I have more training to do for work. Never ending training, Rick. Every month we got training, dog.
That's the government. That's the government for you. That's the government for you. One thing I will say is I like what Black Bucket said. I'd rather have Wemby win Finals MVP than regular season MVP. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. And then last thing, Cuts by Jones hit it right on the head. Uber all the way. I'm not worried about parking. I'm not worried about parking because I'm going to Uber myself there. Steph and I will be there. Chicana Fuerte. Reunited, and it feels so good, baby. So we'll be out there. It's going to be a good time. We're giving away Spurs tickets. We're giving away a lot of goodies. Come meet us out there. Mexican Junior is going to be out there from Dallas. So that's awesome. Please come out, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time to see you guys. And if you don't like me, then just don't come to me if you're there. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. Like, if you don't like me, then just stay away. But I'm glad to see everybody else that is going to be out there. The belt's there.
Take a picture
with it. Hold the belt. Do your thing.
No charge for taking pictures with the belt.
No charge. Exactly. We ain't like other people. We ain't like other people. You know what I mean? And if you're too busy then don't come. Don't go do whatever crap you're doing. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, you can wish all you want, but you're not gonna be there. So don't worry about it. Stop chirping. So good times, Joe. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. We'll look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. Yeah. So everybody have a good time. Be safe out there. Enjoy y'all's weekend. We'll see you all on Monday. We're out. Peace.
Stay puro.